Subscribe right now and hit the bell. Then you won't miss a chapter. And give the show a like. Comment with any thoughts and questions, and I will be happy to chat with you. Thanks for helping out this independent author.
The Tunnel. There was only darkness. How much time had gone by, or had he always been in this black void? As Josh became more aware, he began to search around in a panic, desperately trying to see something, anything. It is well known that when there is no light, a human will naturally, even desperately, seek out light, any light, no matter how little. And then he suddenly saw it, a dim, star-like point of light, and began to focus on it. Calm down, Josh, he thought to himself, and took a deep breath to relax. As he focused on the star, it began to turn brighter, and maybe it was becoming larger, Josh thought. The light grew stronger and began slowly to illuminate his body. And then he saw where he was, or at least what his surroundings looked like. But where he was exactly, he could not tell. He was in another tunnel this time, but this was not a wave. Upon closer inspection, the walls of the tunnel didn't seem like walls at all. It was more like the light just went to a certain point and stopped, without reflecting, so the feel of a tunnel was given. But it was large, and Josh did not feel claustrophobic at all. He actually began to feel very calm, peaceful even, and was relieved. The light now was growing so bright that Josh thought he should have to close his eyes. But his eyes did not hurt, so he continued to look directly through this light, hoping to see something he felt should be there. Fear was still nowhere in his mind, and he could not, or did not, think of how he had come to this place, nor where he had been before. The light grew still stronger, and it was like he felt at home here, and was only intensely focused on finding something. Now everything was bright white, and any perception of a tunnel had left. There was no darkness here at all. His mind was calming, and he was no longer looking around frantically, searching for something to see. Immediately upon realizing this fact, Josh suddenly saw two large black words in front of him. It was as if they had always been there, like a tree in a familiar park, and just as physical. But these words, he knew, hadn't always been there, and Josh was sure they had just now appeared before him. Manifesting out of thin air, the message itself both startled Josh and made him wary. There before him, approximately 10 feet away, stood, like a store display, the message that read simply, "Hello, Josh." It was even complete with a period at the end. There was just that short message to him, personally for him. But from where? From who? After staring in confusion for a while, nothing happened. So Josh walked up to the text and then around it. It was three-dimensional and such a deep black that he thought of oil or tar. But it looked solid, and the text was about head level, yet did not rest on anything. He reached out slowly and touched the large period. It was solid just as he had thought, yet no temperature, cool or warm, was perceived. He waved his hands under and around the words. Nothing was supporting them, and they would not budge at all when pushed on. So strange. Confused, Josh stepped back to where he could see the phrase and then realized that he was being so silly. The simple answer to his confusion dawned on him then. "Hello," he simply said, because this text was a basic greeting and maybe he was being rude by not responding. Instantly, the "Hello, Josh" disappeared and a whole new message appeared just like he would see on a text or email message. "I didn't mean to startle you. It is good to communicate with you directly," the text read. Josh had to assume someone was writing to him in this strange place. But who could it possibly be that could do it in this totally bizarre way? So he plainly stated his response. "That's okay, but this is all very strange. I mean, who are you? And where am I now? Am I dead?" "If you like, I may speak with you audibly using your own voice. Then communication may be easier for us," came the strange text reply. "Why not?" Josh said with a smile. "It may as well get weirder." So then, strangely, his voice came back to him just as though he were listening to a recording of himself. "Is this better, Josh?" "Yes, it's a little strange, but it's fine," he replied. Again his voice came back. "I can tell you your answers simply, but I'm not sure you will believe me." Josh thought about that briefly and said, "Okay, well, I'm feeling open-minded at the moment, so try me." "I am your personal processing assistant, or PPA for short. This place you feel you are in is my reality simulator, and you are not dead, but you have injured your head and are now physically unconscious. Do you have any more questions for me?" Josh took a deep breath and let it out slowly before he spoke. "Well, that is interesting. I thought you were going to say that you are God or something, but this might be just as hard for me to accept." The PPA responded, "No, not God. I'm only your PPA. Also, you have a notification today. Should I tell you what it is? Oh, I get it, Josh mused and played along. You're like my phone assistant, and you have a notification to give me? Is that right? The PPA came back snappily. Yes, if that helps you. Although your phone assistant is very low functioning in comparison, except for its access to the web, which I do not have. However, I have instant access to all of your life's past data, with 100% recall accuracy. And since the storage and processor of which I am included are part of your brain, I am much better than your phone assistant. Would you like your notification now? Ha! Josh laughed. So you're saying you can bring up anything from my past for me? Prove it. Yes, I've been doing it for you your whole life already. It is my main function. Here is the first ever conversation that you had with Rachel. It was at 8:55 a.m. on May 6th of your 13th year of life. You were in the 7th grade. Suddenly, there was a flat screen television right before him. It was playing that very moment as if it was recorded and his head had been the camera. Every pretty look and beautiful word of Rachel's was exactly like he remembered it, and more. Yet it was playing out like a movie before his eyes. Josh stared at the TV, enraptured with the pretty young girl, and was shamed at his silly youthful responses to her. Then the screen panned up as a male voice spoke out. He caught a glimpse of Mr. M and felt a stab of happy memories run through him. It was difficult to see him again, even though this was supposedly only a memory playing out on a fake TV in a simulator in his mind while he was asleep. Or maybe he wasn't asleep. Maybe he was actually slowly dying and not merely sleeping at all. Oh no, thought Josh. The PPA has asked to give me the notification multiple times now. Maybe it's important, and that's why it's pushing the message to be heard. Josh thought all of these things within a brief moment and began to worry about responding to the PPA. Okay, thanks. I believe you. Please tell me the notification now. Is it important? Yes, the assistant said. It is very important. There is a scheduled critical update for the night of your 18th birthday. The update consists of imperative production directions and other relevant information that is to be released to you on this date. It is a necessary update for your life to progress at this point in time. The update will take about 4 hours to complete, during which you will stay in a deep sleep. Shall I begin the update now or postpone it to a later time? Josh thought he had been too calm and this was all too weird. I must be dying. I have to wake up now. He yelled at the assistant as his fears began to rise. No, later. I have to wake up. Wake me up now.
Be sure to share the show with friends and write an Amazon review. Get the entire audiobook right now. Go to sa.vanderwarf.com to get it at an extremely discounted price. To receive the free ebook and my wallpaper book cover image, just sign up for the newsletter at sa.vanderwarf.com. Then you can be notified for the release of the anticipated sequel to The Man Who Made Himself. Thanks so much and enjoy the gifts.